Over the course of the past few days leading up to the Geometry Dash 10-year anniversary, Viperin has been posting an artwork on Twitter, gradually becoming more detailed. This is a compilation of various things related to the game in some way, and today I'm going to try and explain as much of the art as I can. If you've been playing the game for a while, or even just play a lot of levels, then you probably already know most of the references in the image, but you might find out something new. Anyway, let's begin. This is an artwork used in the level Death Moon by Caustic, which turned out to be an alt account of the well-known creator Funny Game. Similar art is used in the level Reanimation by Terron, which I'm like 90% sure was inspired by Death Moon, at least in some capacity, but the exact line art in the image appears within the first few seconds of Death Moon, and I think throughout the level in other places too. This bird features in the level Yatagarasu, a former top 1 demon verified by Truster. The bird is a 3-legged crow and appears in the level a few times. Clowns can be found in all 3 levels in DavJT's Crazy series, which are themed around circuses, but this particular one is a boss at the end of the final level in the trilogy, Crazy 3, which was received very well on release. Despite being released only 2 years ago, it's become the 4th most liked Insane Demon in the game, above very popular levels such as Duello Maestro, Acropolis and Poltergeist, which have been out for far longer. The first of 4 dragons in this artwork, this one comes from the Extreme Demon Ouroboros. It's fought as a boss at the end of the level, but not for very long. Now we come to the first part of the image that gave me some trouble. I couldn't quite place where this castle came from. My first thought was Castlemania, a demon with multiple paths and a collaboration between multiple very skilled creators, and while the castle in the end screen of that level looks somewhat similar to that in the artwork, I wasn't sure enough to be certain. However, then I realised that I overlooked the obvious, which is that it's positioned just behind the Ouroboros dragon, and now I can say pretty much 100% that this is the castle that appears in this part of Ouroboros. This icon belongs to Aeonair, a long-time player of Geometry Dash and one of the most popular GD YouTubers. This boss comes from the level Boomslayer, a very impressive looking boss fight. This strange looking fellow here comes from the level Magma Bound by Scorch VX, a very popular beginner Insane Demon. The level is lava themed and features a wide variety of weird, well animated creatures. These icons belong to Nexus, a showcase channel for GD levels, and Viperin, who sort of leads the community aspects of the game and also showcases levels on his channel. I'm not really sure why Nexus is pointing a sword at Viperin. Perhaps they're fighting over who has the best showcase channel. I'm not too sure about this large structure, but I can only assume that it's supposed to be 9 circles, one of the most influential Geometry Dash levels of all time that started the 9 circles trend, that being levels that use a flashy effect and comprise mostly of the wave game mode. The part doesn't look entirely like 9 circles though, so it may well be something else that I've just missed, but 9 circles is such a popular level that it kind of has to be 9 circles. I'm pretty sure this guy is the Demon Guardian, one of the only story elements in Geometry Dash. He can be released from his prison, accessed via the Vault of Secrets by beating the Vault Keeper's level of the challenge. In doing so, you unlock the Demon Gauntlet. I have no idea where this structure is from. It looks like it could be from any old level released around 1.6. However, it does look a bit like Viperin, but I expect that's accidental, unless I'm just a genius. This boss features in Zendergame's level Ultraviolence, one of his more recent boss levels. Zendergame is known as an incredibly skilled modern or art style creator who's made a lot of boss levels. This is one of the most recognisable parts in one of the most well-known Geometry Dash levels, Bloodbath. Bloodbath was created to top the difficulty of the hardest level at the time, Cataclysm, and follows a similar theme, even using the next part of the song from Cataclysm. Bloodbath I think is the 3rd longest reigning top 1 after Tartarus and Bloodlust, and it did stay top 1 for more than a year. This triple spike at the end of the level is very iconic, and the Cube of Riot, the verifier of Bloodbath, and for a long time the undisputed top player of the game, can be seen jumping over it. These shark-like monsters are an in-game object added in 2.0. They are used in the official levels Geometrical Dominator and Deadlocked, which were also released in 2.0, featuring in the game's first ever boss fight in the latter. They are also used in the 2.1 main level Finger Dash, along with some different coloured variants. This sludge monster is from the first level in the Monster Gauntlet, Slam by Rafer. This level is generally very well liked and is fast paced and intense without actually being very difficult at all. It also has a very complex coin route which deviates pretty drastically from the main path in the level, and while this is more commonplace these days, this level was one of the first to do this, I believe. These are gravity portals, gameplay objects used to flip the player's gravity. They were first introduced in the main level Dryout in Update 1.0 and can be found in pretty much every level created today. This eye can be found in a pretty recent level called I Spy with My Little Eye by the creator VoxyCat. The level received an immense amount of attention, gaining more likes than other well-liked easy demons to come out in recent times like Change of Scene, Absolute Garbage, and White Space. Speaking of Change of Scene, this dragon is from that level. Change of Scene won the recent Discord Gauntlet contest, to the surprise of no one, which had the restriction of levels having to have 2 unique paths. One of Change of Scene's paths is based around make-believe imagination type theming, and the other part brings the monsters in the level to life. I'm pretty sure that these gears are from the aptly named gear levels by GD Jose. These levels range from normal 3-star to medium demon and feature gear themed boss fights. More bosses, this one is from the level Sirius by Funny Game. RobTop was so impressed with this level when it came out that he renamed the level. It now remains as the only rated level which has punctuation marks in its name to my knowledge. This, funnily enough, means that the level cannot be searched for and is accessible only through the Most Liked Medium Demons tab, Funny Game's account, or by searching its unique level ID. Funny Game's icon is also sitting on the boss. These bees are from the level B by Motley Orc and Scorch VX, a very popular medium demon. It is unsurprisingly bee themed, and many bees in this cute cartoon style can be seen in the level. I'm pretty sure this is a 3D version of the skull featuring in the Geometry Dash Sub-Zero level press start. This dragon stumped me for a while, but after some research I found it in the medium demon Against the God by 1374. The dragon is the final boss in the level. Above the dragon we can see the Devil Vortex swords, which are a meme in the community. These swords were found above the level Devil Vortex when the player Tosh Deluxe claimed to verify it. It is thought that the swords were there to replace objects in the level that made sections auto, meaning the verification wasn't legitimate. Tosh Deluxe claimed that he accidentally put the swords there. In the center of the image is the Geometry Dash cube featured in the app or taskbar icon, obviously very well known even by people who don't play the game. Below that we have all the game mode portals, used to change the player's game mode, except for the spider portal. However, there is a portal at the bottom so small that the colour isn't visible, so we can kind of assume that that's the spider portal. This structure looks like those found in this part in Retray, the most liked and 4th most downloaded level in the game, so I'm assuming that that's what it's referring to. This iconic ship belonged to Partition, a Geometry Dash YouTuber who kinda just exists, but is very popular. I struggled a stupid amount to find who this guy was, my first thought being that it was a boss from the easy demon The Router, but it turned out to be this boss from Zenda Games level the Eschaton. This is the last of many bosses that you fight in the level. This passage here is from the end of the Jonathan GD Hard Demon Future Funk, an XL level infamous for its difficult last clicks. These keys and fiery door type thing are from the hardest memory level in the game, Limbo by Mindcap and more. The keys are from the key maze game at the end of the level, which require the player to keep track of a key while they are shuffled. Interestingly, there are 8 keys in the key game and only 5 in the art, but that's probably just because of space. I might be wrong on this one, but I think that this is the icon of the player and content creator Dorami. It is wearing sunglasses, perhaps because Dorami hosted and verified the beach themed level Azure Fiesta. However, Dorami's icon uses a darker purple than the one in the image, so perhaps it isn't. This large red triple spike is in a similar style to the Limbo keys above it, but I think it resembles a triple spike from the Michigan level Fire Temple, however it could be pretty much anything. The 3D wave icon here is from the Sputniks level called How, which pushed the limits of what was possible in the game when released. Sputniks is a creator known for making unique levels which are very technically advanced. These structures are from the last wave of the Effect Extreme Demon Cold Sweat, which was a top 10 level on release. The level was pretty revolutionary effect level for the time, but some think it has aged poorly by today's standards. I'm not really sure who the icon in this part belongs to. These 2 icons belong to Juniper, a GD YouTuber who uploads videos occasionally, and Wolsey, who makes building videos, often focusing on challenges in the editor. Don't let these cute monsters fool you, they're from the horror level Peaceful by Small and Xylonox. This level starts out innocent but changes into an intense level with disgusting fleshy structures. The level is so object heavy that it's impossible to beat in normal mode due to lag, despite the actual gameplay not being very hard. This is from the Chromal level Falling Up, which features a board that says 2.1 soon. This board says 2.2 soon, because we already have 2.1 obviously. It could be a reference to 2.2 releasing soon, potentially even in the next few days following the game's 10th anniversary, but I don't really think that that's very likely. Because of the board here, I expect that these buildings are from Karamal's level Falling Up, but they could just as easily be from his level Low Death. Above them is the icon of Colon, a YouTuber who makes a variety of videos about the game. On the buildings you can also see the logo of Yun Hasso, the current top 1 creator in the game with 323 creator points. They overtook the previous top 1 creator, Viperin, pretty recently. These structures took me a long time to identify, but they are from this part in the 2.0 demon Motion by Taman. The part is probably inspired by the similar part in Deadlocked. These two icons belong to Mulpan, a creator, and Nepesta, a skilled player and content creator. They are flying through a clubset monster found in the level Mystic, which as a meme has been turned into the character Clubette by the community. This looks like something out of Tilted Towers, and I have no idea what it relates to in Geometry Dash. I also have no idea what the other tower here is, so sorry about that. I assume that this is the icon of a popular creator, but I couldn't find out who it belongs to. There are some tools and a move trigger next to the icon, so that's why I think that. In the sky, we have the well-known community figure, creator, and former top 1 star grinder Michigan with his wings, who sadly passed away in March 2021. Next to him is a smaller icon with wings, and I don't know who this is. Did someone else die that I should know about? I have no idea where this art is from, but I feel like I should know. There is similar art in the levels Afterlife by Nascub and The Clouds Give Way by Subwoofer, to name a few, but this exact art isn't in either of them. I may be reading into this too deeply, but the sky reminds me of the sky in the Zender Game and Knots level Dreamflower, or the Neige View level Past. Perhaps it's a reference to one of these levels, or one of the many other levels that has the sky in them, but probably not. Viperin probably just wanted the sky in his artwork. Well, that's all of the image that I can explain. If there's something I missed that you know, then please tell me in the comments. Hopefully you learned something, or I helped you understand part of this artwork that you didn't know about, but either way, see you next time.